Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, may the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. I'm doing a marathon for Star Wars, of course. I'm going to do the original trilogy, original trilogy, and then the whole lot of the films chronologically with the special edition versions, the final ones George did. And then I'm going to watch all the special features and all the documentaries and everything. But I was going through the toys, and I sort of only have a couple of memories of Star Wars. I saw Return of the Jedi on TV, and I watched. I looked at this book a million times in my primary school library, and that's really all my Star Wars experience was. The only toy I had was the Han Solo. I don't know why, but I petitioned my dad, and he took me down to the local Roth Voss, which is, I don't know what that would be in America. Yeah. It's like a big supermarket, and they have like a variety section that had toys. And although we had a toy store, sometimes I wasn't allowed to go to the toy store. I think they just would know I would want to buy everything. But I was allowed to pick one Star Wars toy, and there was only a couple of them, and I got little Han Solo, who I think is from Jedi, because it's not the original mold, like the one that kind of looks like a really unattractive what's his name, the actor? I can't remember the name of the actor. Harrison Ford. This one's a bit more attractive. But and this is all I had. And the only other memory I have of Star Wars is after the film was on TV, we were doing some sort of thing where we got to make stuff, and I'm quite impressed with this. I made my own carbonite prop, because I got this later with the Star Wars special editions when they did all the toys after that second big wave of figures that came out after episode 1. And I got him, and I pressed him into the clay. I made a little square rectangle. I pushed him into the clay, and then I put his hands out and I pushed them in, and then I filled it up with plaster, and I had a little plaster Han Solo and carbonite, which I had for years, and it looked almost exactly like the one in the movie, and I was really proud of that. And those are like my 3 like Star Wars memories. I have 4 memories of Star Wars as a kid. I saw Jedi on TV. I found the Jedi book in the library. My dad bought me a Jedi figure, and then I made a Han and carbonite plaster toy for myself. And then the next thing I did was and I had to mention him. I bought this little R2D2, because I didn't have an R2D2 when I went to see the special edition, and he sat on the arm of the cinema seat with me, and I took him to the other 2 movies, so he saw all 3 films with me and sat on the arm of the movie theater chair. And then later on, I know I had these. I had a little Luke Skywalker whose neck is broken. His thing, which he did have the little blue lightsaber, is missing, and he's really yellowed. I got this off someone. I think it might have been Stuart Mason, maybe Selwyn Thompson. I don't know. There are a couple of kids who I bought toys off when I was a kid. And the other one I don't know where I got this one, was I really wanted free CPO. In fact, I tried to steal somebody's 9-inch or 12-inch free CPO figure that they brought to school one day, but I got caught. And I got shamed for quite a while. And what happened to his hand? When did that happen? Last time we looked, he had a hand. Okay. But I kind of loved this one because it was chrome. But yeah, it wasn't free CPO. I never had a free CPO until the special edition. And I don't know when they started releasing the later figures. I don't know if they started coming out after the special edition or after episode 1. Or I think they just continued the same toy line in the same scale with the episode 1 figures, and I'm getting them confused. The one with the green, was it Power of the Force? Something. I just saw a YouTube video about them actually, but yeah. So I did end up with the original Darth with his little slightly shorter lightsaber, and of course Leia and the unattractive Han and Chewie, along with my original Luke. And yeah, I still don't have the original droids. I think I need to get them, but that's my little original vintage collection, which is pretty lame. I know, I'm not a big Star Wars fan, always a Star Trek fan, and you had to choose back in the day. You had to choose because they did not get along. Kind of like Star Trek now, where the new Trek fans hate the original Star Trek fans. It was kind of like that. The Star Wars fans assumed all the Star Trek fans would embrace them when they discovered Star Wars, and then they all turned around and said, yeah, no, Star Wars is trash, Star Trek is better, and the Star Wars fans just beat up all the Star Trek fans, basically. That was basically how it went, and then we hated them. That's a little brief history of Star Trek versus Star Wars. But yeah, I just wanted to share my tiny little Star Wars memories, because it's Star Wars Day. And I always forget about Star Wars Day, but I'm going to do it every year now. I'm going to watch all the films, because otherwise I won't watch them and I'll forget about them, because it's been like 5 years since I watched them. And that was when, just before the last film was in the cinema, and I watched them all before that. And I probably hadn't watched them for a decade before that. So this way, at least I'll watch them every year, and I won't have to just remember them vaguely. But I'm going to go. Bye. Happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you.